Hi you guys, it's Brittany from the blog thebeautyrevival.com, where we're inspired by home and the people in it. In today's video, I'm going to share with you our DIY small kitchen makeover on a budget. We made over our kitchen to be more of a modern farmhouse design. We started this about 2 years ago. The first thing that we did was we replaced the sink that was in our house when we moved in. It was an older stainless steel sink, and we put in a farmhouse sink. We actually ended up choosing the new farmhouse sink from IKEA. I guess it's not super new now, but what I mean by that is it's not the original farmhouse sink IKEA sold. It's the one that they came out with after they retired the first model. This one's a little bit more modern and streamlined. It doesn't have like the edge to put soap and stuff on in the back. And you also can't mount your faucet in the farmhouse sink, like the white part, you have to put it behind. So that does make it a little bit more modern looking. And we really love it. We've had no problems with it. It's been great. When we do get some scratches, we just clean it, and I will leave in the description box below the cleaner that I use for our sink. And yeah, we're super happy with it. So when we changed that out, we also didn't put cabinets back under the sink. We ended up putting in like an apron curtain under there, which is a bit of a departure from my typical style. I do lean more towards the modern boho cottage farmhouse instead of the traditional farmhouse, but I really love how cozy it is in the kitchen, and it's keeping within the style of our home, so that's great. Then in the fall, we decided to paint our kitchen countertops. We ended up sealing them. I painted them white with a gray marble, and we ended up sealing them with paste wax. Unfortunately, with paste wax, you have to reseal every 3 to 6 months, and I forgot. So a couple weeks ago, we sanded them down and repainted them white with gray marbling, and we tried sealing them with polyurethane. We didn't know that polyurethane, if it's oil-based, yellow. So now we had a white marble looking countertop with a thick translucent yellow sealant on top, and it was terrible. So that had to go. We sanded them down one more time, and this time my husband suggested painting them a different color just so that I could keep going. Change really motivates me, and decorating and stuff. So he said, why don't you try a different color? So I ended up painting them gray with more of a light gray marbling, and I will leave a link for the tutorial we just recently shared on how to do that in the description box below. We also decided to paint our kitchen cabinets. So our kitchen cabinets had like a melamine, I think it's called, surface on the front that was peeling. So we actually just peeled that off. There was no glue or sticky residue left behind. It peeled off super easy. And then we painted the MDF cabinets that were behind it, and we just used a bonding primer. I like Sherwin-Williams, but any bonding primer will do. And then we topped them with, I think, 3 coats of a semi-gloss paint, and I'll leave the color that we chose in the description box below. Semi-gloss is more durable, and since we knew we needed a lot of durability in the kitchen, that's why we chose to go with semi-gloss. Another thing that we upgraded in the kitchen was our backsplash behind the stove. So we kept the original, it's like a wainscoting backsplash behind the sink, and I like that. But we didn't care for the tile that was behind the stove. And when we went to rip it out, we realized there was already 2 layers of tile, and it was taking the drywall with it. So we decided to just do a 3rd layer on top of that tile. So now we have 3 layers of tile stacked. So we ended up having to do a different trim piece around the tile to hide that, because it's extra, the width of it is thicker than normal, obviously. And my husband came up with the idea of using a finishing trim piece in a natural wood color, and I love how it ties in with the gray, and it's just really pretty. I'm really happy with that decision. Sometimes when things go wrong, those are when the best design decisions have to come out of mistakes or things that aren't working how you wanted them to. And we love how it turned out. Another upgrade that we did was when we were painting the kitchen cabinets, we decided to switch out the hardware, and we went with really long gold bars. We found the ones that we put in our kitchen for a really great price. This was the best price I could find. I thought we were gonna have to pay an arm and a leg, so we weren't gonna do them. And I'll leave those in the description box below as well. But before the gold bars, we just had like the round knobs, so we needed to fill those, and we just used drywall paste, let it dry and sand it down. painted over it, and then my husband drilled the new holes for the long gold bars, and it worked perfectly. A couple small things that we did: we changed out our light fixtures. There was track lighting in our kitchen when we moved in, so we took those down. We filled in the ceiling where the holes were, and then we just put up some flush mount lights that I will also leave in the description box below. And then we also changed out our sink hardware when we replaced the sink with the Farmhouse sink. And that's pretty much it. So we didn't have a lot of money to spend on ripping out our kitchen and redoing it. And we truly have found that a can of paint goes a really long way. Painting the countertops, painting the cabinets, sourcing inexpensive hardware that we loved that looks more modern and fresh and really takes the style of our kitchen up a notch. Changing out the lights to be something that we love, but again, these were budget-friendly lights. Basically, the biggest expenses were the Farmhouse sink, which it's from IKEA, so it didn't cost a ton of money compared to other Farmhouse sinks, and then replacing the backsplash behind the stove, but it's a small area, so that didn't cost us a lot of money either. We're really happy with how it turned out. I hope you guys enjoy it and that you've gleaned some inspiration from our budget-friendly makeover that you can use in your house. And I just want you to walk away knowing that you can work with what you have. You don't have to gut your kitchen or wait until your dream kitchen. Have fun, paint your cabinets, paint your countertop if you're feeling bold. Just change out the light fixtures, maybe just the hardware, and make your kitchen a space that you really love. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We would love if you followed along with us. We create weekly videos that have inspirational and attainable content for making your house a home. You can find us on thebeautyrevival.com, on Pinterest at The Beauty Revival, and on Instagram at the.beautyrevival.